Moon gebruikte elk vrij moment om te oefenen. Zijn extravagante stijl werd al snel bekend in Londen. Na in enkele bandjes gespeeld te hebben, deed hij in april 1964 auditie voor een van de populairste nieuwe bands in Londen, The Who. Keith zorgde zoals gewoonlijk dat hij veel indruk maakte.
Keith's in the audience with his ginger suit and his ginger hair and his ginger everything, and says, I can drum better than him, you know, of the Who's drummer. And Pete Townsend, liking the cockiness of the situation, said, well, go on then, give it a try.
Hij sloot zijn auditie af met het slopen van het drumstel en werd ter plekke aangenomen door The Who. Keith Moon was toen nog maar 17 jaar oud.
Within a very short period, Keith had joined the band. He'd got to learn all the numbers and learn to get on with the other guys and, you know, fit in. But within just a few weeks, they're in the studio recording.
The Who vormde de voorhoede van een nieuwe Britse subcultuur, de Mods. Deze beweging was een reactie op de bekrompen naoorlogse cultuur. Ze droegen modieuze pakken en reden op Italiaanse scooters.
It's almost as though the country went from black and white to colour, sort of overnight, and Keith was at the perfect age to jump into this new colourful world.
Keith Moon, die vastbesloten was zich te onderscheiden van de massa, had geen betere band kunnen kiezen. Bij The Who draaide alles om opvallen.
The Who were the archetypal mod band. They were very, very sharp fashion-wise. Keith was really sharp. He quickly developed this look of having a mod symbol. It's just the RAF symbol, the red, white and blue target. He would wear that on a t-shirt. It's one of these pure symbols and never dies.
Maar de leden van The Who gebruikten ook de mod drug, speed.
It makes you really thirsty, so then you drink more, you know, then you stay up all night, and then you're off in a different zone. Now you're in the party world.
Voor Moon, een tiener die altijd alle aandacht naar zich toe wilde trekken, zorgde de constante stroom aan speed en drank dat hij compleet uit zijn dak kon gaan. Een getuige van Moons vroege pilgebruik was zijn goede vriend Richard Barnes.
I got out my amphetamine pills, and I don't know, about 18 of them, and he stuck the lot in one. He went and put them in his face. I think that's probably enough to kill you. It just took them. It's incredible, and went on and played.
Gedreven door speed en drank veranderde The Who al snel het gezicht van rock and roll voor altijd.
They were playing at the Railway Hotel Club, which was a basement below a pub, and it had a low ceiling. So Pete used to do this thing where he's playing, where he just put his guitar up like that, and he put it up, and it went through the ceiling. You know, broke the ceiling, and he broke the neck off the guitar.
Tijdens het optreden dat daarop volgde, wilde Keith Moon niet achterblijven en hij begon ook herrie te schoppen.
Keith just smashed up his drum kit after the set was finished, which was great. He kicked his drum kit over, so it bashed it to bits. Things like that, Keith should get the credit for, because if Keith hadn't have done that, Pete would never have smashed up a guitar again.
Rock and roll zou nooit meer hetzelfde zijn. Maar nu, meer dan 10 jaar later, weet Keith in het Londense appartement nog steeds niet of hij naar Paul McCartney's feest zal gaan. Hij is bang dat hij zonder drank zijn beruchte reputatie niet waar kan maken. Hij wil per se niets drinken en aan het eind van de middag bedenkt hij een andere oplossing.
Keith made a phone call and somebody came a couple of hours later with some cocaine.
He would have his contacts. Yeah, like every rock and roller. And they'd be delivered. Simple as that. It's like having a pizza delivered now.
There's no dispute or doubt that once Keith became a real alcoholic, he developed a big cocaine habit as well. It became much more visible to other members of The Who, and they were troubled by it.
Moon zondert zich even af met de cocaïne, maar Annette weet precies wat er aan de hand is.
I think I said something to him. Oh, have you taken that stuff? And I was worried.
Moon heeft nu cocaïne en heminevrin binnen, het medicijn dat hij tegen alcohol slikt. Zijn stemming slaat compleet om nu hij high is. Hij is klaar om te feesten.
After that, he changed his mind. And he wanted to go to the party. I think he registered my disappointment and did it for my sake. He did it for me.
Later zou Annette wensen dat hij dat niet voor haar zou hebben gedaan. Wanneer ze arriveren, wordt Keith onthaald als een rockgod. Hij krijgt de beste plaats die er is.
Keith was at the main table. He sat with Paul and Linda McCartney. He's not off at some side table with the side musicians. He's at the main table.
De bekende Britse talkshow-presentator David Frost en Kenny Jones, voormalig drummer van The Faces, zijn ook op het feest.
Keith and I just went straight into each other, just talking because we hadn't seen each other for a while. I said, "How about you, Keith? What you been?" He said, "I'm clean. I'm straight. And he was telling me that he'd given up drinking for nearly 6 months and he felt so much better.
De feestgangers zijn verrast door Keith's kalme gedrag. Een van de verbaasde omstanders is de radiopersoonlijkheid Annie Nightingale.
He seemed very subdued and not that the crazy Keith, putting all kinds of jokes.
Vriendin Annette is opgelucht en blij met de verandering.
I felt like for once I was relaxing with him. I felt safe and I could probably for the first time enjoy a party with him as a normal couple. It was wonderful.
Voor de vrouwen in Moons leven is het nooit gemakkelijk geweest om om te gaan met zijn rock'n'roll capriolen. 12 jaar eerder, toen de swingende jaren 60 net begonnen waren en de meisjes zich voor de voeten van de bandleden gooiden, deed Keith Moon weer iets onverwachts. Hij trouwde en werd vader.
Keith fell in love with a girl from Bournemouth called Kim Kerrigan. Keith was young, she was even younger. He gets her pregnant.
Moon had van huis uit conservatieve waarden meegekregen en besloot misschien daarom met Kim te trouwen. De wilde drummer werd op zijn 19e een totaal onvoorbereide huisvader.
I don't think he was ready to be a father. I don't think he was really a good father or a bad father. I don't think he was around enough to have really been either.
A family sort of interfered with his 24-hour party ambition. And in Keith's world, I don't think school and Monday mornings existed, and parents' evenings and all these, and kids with earache and all these sort of normal things. He didn't have room for them in his life.
Terwijl de bandleden van The Who Amerika veroverden en miljonairs werden, werd het privéleven van Moon steeds vreemder.
He had his trophy wife and his trophy house. But when it came to actually being a husband or a father, it looked to me like he didn't have a clue.
Tijdens een fotosessie werd duidelijk hoe weinig hij van het vaderschap bakte.
I remember him lying there just being covered with bottles, and I think I was supposed to be asking him why are you lying like this, and it was an odd thing. And then they took some other pictures of him where I think I had to be ushered out of the room because I think he took his clothes off. Like, no, Mandy's not going to be in these ones.
Kim hield van Keith en probeerde er in deze moeilijke situatie het beste van te maken.
Kim was an absolute saint, really, to put up with.